Welcome to a standing vinyasa to feel empowered and strengthened from within. Let's start standing at the top of our mat. Splayed your toes wide open. Tuck your pelvis, engage your core. Let your arms drop, resting at the sides of the body. Take a deep inhale from the sole of the feet, rising up to the top of your head, and exhaling, loosen up the shoulders and neck. Find your center. As we inhale, let's lift the arms up, palms meet. Exhale, hands to the chest and namaste. Find your balance and lift your heels. Strength from the core. Feel supported. Inhaling, stretch up to the sky. Extend your spine and arms. Let your tailbone sink into the mat. Exhaling, arms circle down, palms meet the mat. Inhale, lift your gaze, perhaps your heels. Exhale, right leg steps back. Bring your knee down. Let your hips melt into the mat. If you want to further loosen up your hip flexors, you could come into a split position, shifting the weight of the body back, extending your left leg. Lift your toes to the sky. Inhale, rock forward, bend your left knee. Exhale, extend your left knee and sit back. One more time. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, extend. Let your head drop, chin to chest. Last time as we inhale, find your deep lunge. Tuck your right toes. Stretch your left leg back, find a plank position. Strength from the core. Play with the weight of the body. From heels to ball of the foot. And if possible, stay at the ball of your feet. Yes, engage your core. Feel that fire. Exhaling, knees come down, sit onto your heels. Child's pose. Take a deep breath. Let your abdomen and chest inflate. Exhale, deflate onto your thighs and mat. Palms are glued to the mat. Gaze forward, and with the next exhale, bend your elbows, chest is open, bring it in between your hands. Ashtanga Namaskara. Toes, knees, chest, hands, and chin are resting on the mat. Inhaling, pelvis is tucked into the mat. Lift up to Bhujangasana. Extending the elbows, rolling your shoulders back, finding space between your shoulders and ears. Engage your glutes to protect your low back. And as we exhale, slowly come down, tucking toes. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let your head drop. Soften your gaze towards the navel region and find your breath. Let it become steady and stable. Exhale fully, and with the next inhale, right leg steps forward. Low runner's lunge. And here, if you'd like, you could rock your hips forward and back like we did on the other side. Loosening up our hip flexors. Exhaling as we sit back. Inhaling as we bend forward. About 3 times. And when you're ready, tuck your left toes and lift up. Inhaling, arms lift to the sky. You could stay here, or if you'd like, lift yourself up from strength from the right leg and bring your left heel down, finding warrior 1. Hips are facing forward, legs are strong. Arms are stretched out. Find length in the spine. Engage your core to protect your low back. Me puse mal de lado porque ahora si abro no se ve. Inhaling, unglue your heel and lift yourself up from your right leg to warrior 3. With the intent of keeping our right leg Stretch out as much as feels comfortable, slightly bending our knee to protect our joints. If you'd like, you could play with your arms, maybe opening up wide. Exhaling, maybe bring your arms back. You can interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders out, expand your chest. And as you continue to find a comfortable position for the arms, we're going to get ready to transition. Exhaling, palms to the floor, lift your left leg up to the sky. Split your legs, stretch them out. Exhale, come back down with your left foot. Lift up to warrior one. And as we exhale, rotate to warrior two, hips facing forward. Claro, es que estoy dando la cara. Bueno. Hips facing towards the side, opened up wide. Roll your shoulders back, stretch your arms at shoulder height. Gaze over your fingers into the horizon. And as we exhale, let's push into an imaginary wall. Find your breath. Exhale with your effort. With the next breath out, bring your right hand either to the floor or to your leg. And find a diagonal stretch. Stretching the entire left side of the body. You can loosen up the neck, gazing towards your foot and towards your hand. You could loosen up your arm and upper back, opening and closing your left hand. And whenever you're ready, find a bind, crossing your left leg behind your back. Right arm threads under your leg, and see if you could bind your hands together. Release the bind. Exhaling, left arm reaches the mat. Right palm faces down to the mat. Still threading that leg. See if you could bring your left knee onto the mat. Inhaling, find your center. Release the thread. Exhale, step your left leg. Let your head drop. Let's get ready to rise. Inhaling, lift your arms, maybe even lift your heels for that extra spice factor. Stretch your arms up to the sky, lengthen your spine. And as you breathe in, push up, stretch back. Exhale, Samastiti, neutral spine, arms to the sides. Es que no me parece que es rescatable porque no se ve nada.
Súper, sí.
¿Sí? We'll repeat that same sequence on the other side, starting with a deep inhale as we lift up. Find length through the entire body. Exhale to your chest with your palms. Find your center. If possible, lift your heels. Engage your core. Find your breath. Let it guide you through the movement. This round, it'll be a little bit more familiar. Inhaling, stretch up with your arms. Exhaling, dive with your palms. Extend your legs, let your head drop. Inhale, lift your gaze, and as you exhale, left leg steps back this time. If you'd like, you could add that rock forward and back. Alternatively, you could rock left to right, loosening up the hip joint in another direction this time. We'll get ready to transition to plank. Start by tucking your toes. Bring your right leg back, find your core. Hold a plank pose with conviction, with steadiness. With steadiness, a little bit of challenge. Exhale, knees down to the mat. Find your child's position. And whenever you're ready, slide forward into 8-limb pose, Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhaling, make your way up to Bhujangasana. Another variation, you could do baby cobra, keeping our elbows on the mat. Whatever feels more adequate for your body right now. As we breathe out, we'll transition back down to the mat and into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Give yourself the opportunity to stabilize the breath and really find comfort and stability in your posture. Follow the breath as it moves throughout the body. Perhaps we could push back with the palms just a little bit more to lengthen the arms and bring the weight of the body further back towards the heels. Whenever you're ready, with the inhalation, we're going to bring our left leg forward with a wide step. And if you like, you could keep your right heel hovering off the mat. We're going to come into warrior one. Inhaling, lift up, strength from the legs. Swoop your arms up to the sky. Engage your core. Find length. We'll get ready to transition into warrior three. Strength from your left leg. Inhale, push yourself up. Lean forward as if you'd like to draw a horizontal line with the entire body. It helps to fix your gaze at a certain point. And if you'd like, you could play with the position of the arms, maybe interlacing the fingers, or stretching arms out to the sides. We'll get ready to transition, diving with our palms into the mat, right leg up to the sky. Nice split position. Let your head drop, chin to chest. We'll transition as we breathe out, bringing our right foot onto the mat. Warrior one, palms up to the sky. Exhale, warrior two, hips open up to the sides, arms at shoulder height. And gaze over your left hand. Finding steadiness in your body and in your gaze. Notice how the breath becomes to stabilize itself as well. Exhale, push into an imaginary wall. Lean into that push with your upper body. Engage your palm and your fingers. And whenever you're ready, exhaling, dive with your hand either onto the mat or towards your leg and find a nice diagonal stretch throughout the right side of the body. Perhaps imagine your breath coming in through the right foot all the way up to your right fingertips. Whenever you're ready, find your bind. Right arm back, left arm threads under your leg. Whenever you'd like to release the posture, release your fingers and dive with your right hand over top to the mat. Left palm also reaches the mat. Thread it under your leg, right behind your knee, and look over your left shoulder. Let your hips open up and melt to the lizard pose. Come back to center, unthread your left arm, find your deep low lunge. Again, if you'd like, you could rock your hips left to right. And whenever you're ready, as we breathe out, Sink a little bit deeper. And with the next inhale, walk your right leg forward. Hasta Padasana, forward fold. Head drops. Any movement your body's craving for, take it. Maybe a little bouncing motion up and down, right and left. Maybe shake your head saying yes and saying no. And whenever you're ready to rise, strength from your core, inhaling, swoop the arms up, bending slightly your knees, perhaps lifting the heels. Arms stretch up to the sky. Inhale, lift up fully, stretch back. Exhale, Samastiti, palms open, facing forward. Perhaps close the eyes or soften the gaze down to the floor and come back to your breath. Polish your whole body with your breath, starting from the soles of the feet, feeling fully grounded, lifting up through the legs, hips, abdomen, chest and arms. Breathe into the region of the throat, lifting up to the top of the head. And exhale, let your breath fall like a shower, fully feeling centered, empowered, energized, and relaxed. Relax your palms too. Take a nice and long inhale, lifting your arms up. Exhale, palms meet. Bring them down to the center of your chest. Thank you so much for joining me. May the rest of your day be centered, empowered, and strong.